What's up, kids? Good morning. Happy Monday. I like talking prospecting on Mondays, so I try to field those kind of questions on Mondays. I don't know if you'll notice that trend or not, but prospecting and Mondays are I guess they kind of go together to me because you got to kind of get going, right? You got to get the thing moving. And usually, I don't know about you, but usually when I roll in on a Monday, I don't know, sometimes overwhelmed. Sometimes it feels like it's complicated. Sometimes you're worried about where that flow is going to come from. And prospecting is quite honestly where it starts. So let me simplify prospecting. I get so many questions, and I'm sure you do too in your space. You know, your clients, they want leads. You want leads. I want leads. Everybody wants leads. Leads is where it's at. Then you want to be able to close the leads. Then you want to be able to get the workflow done without being overwhelmed. You got to figure out delegating and all that, right? There's the process that we go through as entrepreneurs, right? Got to get a bunch of leads, got to close a bunch of leads, then you got to do the work. What's up, Andrew? Awesome to see you, dude. It's so important to simplify this prospecting piece, though, early on, because if you don't, it kind of gets overwhelming. So I'm going to simplify prospecting with a little illustration today. And this is not hard. This is going to be like a science lab here, right? So here's how I think about prospecting. Let me see if I can tip this down just a little bit. So I really want you guys to be able to see the table here. All right. So yeah, by the way, I'm in my studio, and this is in my, y'all see the studio, the gray screen behind me, but in my studio I have this table here. It's a whiteboard table. This is just completely off the point here. This whiteboard table here, oh my gosh, like get a whiteboard table. I constantly am writing things on this table that are just so helpful because you're talking to somebody, even a prospect that doesn't know as much as you know in your market, but a prospects, they come up with some really great ideas. You talk to some people, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta write that down. Hey Chris, great to catch up live. I know, Jesse, good to see you, dude. All right, so happy Monday. Welcome, Sian, good to see you as well. Here's prospecting. Here's all prospecting is, and then I want to break this down and get a little more like particular about different places you can prospect, messaging about prospecting, that kind of stuff, right? But let's just get to the main thing first. First up, your prospects. You know the blue red ocean analogy. Let's not even go into all that. There's so many analogies about where your prospects hang out. Let's just say your prospects are here in this bottle of water, okay? Not picking water because of a blue red ocean analogy. They're here in the water. The ultimate goal is you want them in your clientele, right? You want to get them right in here, and you want them to be your clients. Getting them from here to here is the trick, okay? Now, super easy example about how this works. Let's just give a couple examples. This is a funnel, right? We all hear about funnels. Is it ClickFunnels? Is lead pages still a thing? Is it a WordPress site? Is it a funnel where you're building something on 4 social media channels and bringing everybody into a webinar? I don't know. What are you doing? It's your funnel, right? This is complicated. When you think this, you probably cringe because this is complicated. So here's the point. If it's a funnel, the point of the funnel is it gets water into the cup, right? Very straightforward. The funnel takes water that's unknown from lots of sources, or one source, or lots of water, or little water, and ultimately it just points it into your clientele. It gets it done for you. Another easy way to do this is you can do it the old-fashioned way. People used to just take little bits of medicine, right? You probably still do it for your kids. You got cough syrup, put a little bit in the spoon, and now I have prospects in the spoon, and I can pour them in my clientele. Now, if you're using a funnel, which at a large scale is super efficient, or if you're using a spoon, which takes a lot more of your time to fill it up, pour it, or if you're just one of those people that you think you see out there in the world and you're like, oh my gosh, that expert, that genius, that agency owner, whatever, they're just freaking taking the water bottle and they're just gushing it into their clientele. No funnel, no nothing. People just fall over themselves to get there. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, wherever you think someone else is, the point of making this happen is that it happens because of relationships, all right? What's up, Taylor? Awesome to see you. Let me break this down for you just a little bit here. Let me just flip this screen out. There we go. Let me break this down for you just a little bit because this is where you want people at. Here's where they currently are. Going from here to here, if you just pour them in, if you use a funnel, or if you're using a spoon, it doesn't matter. What's happening in all those scenarios is they're learning to trust you enough to jump into your clientele bucket, all right? You can't make them, you can't pour them fast enough to force them into a funnel. The funnel's job is to build a relationship with them so you don't have to so that they get into your clientele. People do funnels because they think it's scalable, so they don't have to do prospecting and selling. So the website does the selling for them. The ads do the prospecting for them. Because, right, prospecting and selling is hard. Sometimes it feels like we're getting rejected relationally, but something's going to get rejected. That's prospecting. It's okay. There's a lot of people here, and not all of them will fit in the clientele cup. That's okay. You don't want them all. You want the right ones. But here's the thing. If you use a funnel that's automated with ads going to it, if you use a spoon, and let's say that's just dipping into someone else's social media group or whatever, and you're just kind of hand selecting, kind of looking for the right people, and you're putting them in your little cup, fine. If you got enough clout out there in the market where people are jumping in the cup for you and you don't even have to do anything about it, fine. Ultimately, you don't want them all. You just want a few. But here's what makes the water, the prospects, go from the bottle to the cup. What makes that happen is relationships. Always relationships. If you're using a webinar to build relationships, or if you're jumping on one-on-one Zoom calls, or if it's an email sequence, or if you're on 5 social media platforms trying to hustle and build relationships, it's all about them getting to know, like, and trust you. I know those 3 words are so overused. Know, like, and trust. They get to know who you are. They get to start liking you because you express yourself as a real person. And they get to start trusting you that you actually might know what you're talking about. And they need to know what you're talking about. They want the solution you've got. Now, let's simplify all this. There are a lot of water bottles out there in the world full of prospects. It could be Facebook, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Twitter, it could be Instagram, it could be Clubhouse, whatever. I promise you though, folks, I mentioned this on Friday when we were talking about just simplifying lots of things. I promise you, the same water is in all the social media platforms. I know you think that 65-year-old CEOs, if you're working with 65-year-old CEOs, don't watch TikTok, but they do. And I know you think that 22-year-olds don't get on Facebook. No, they do. Yeah, there might not be as many 22-year-olds on Facebook. There might be not as many 65-year-olds on TikTok if you want to go to those extremes. But every platform has a collection of the people you want to work with, all right? What is most important is, where are you going to be best at building trust? Where is that going to work best for you? You've got to go out there and put your best foot forward. Pick the platform that you're most comfortable with, that you know how to work, that you know how to relate to people on, all right? Pick the one that's easiest for you. Your people are there, and then search for them. Some platforms are harder to search for than others. Like, for instance, Instagram is harder to search for people and find private airline pilots, private plane owners. I'm just picking dog trainers. It's harder to find those on Instagram than it is on, say, Facebook or LinkedIn, because they don't let you search the same way. Andrew, awesome to see you again. Yeah, relationships are definitely key, Taylor. Thanks for saying that. It is the key. It is the only key that matters. Bottom line is, folks, you pick the platform you're most comfortable with, and catch this. This is going to blow your mind. You just build relationships. Oh, but Chris, what about my landing page? And what about the ads I'm running? And what about, how do I write the post on the social media platform that has the right title and the right copy? And how many words it's supposed to be? And what kind of image do I use? Oh my gosh, just stop. People are saying that all that stuff is important. And yeah, copy matters, all you copywriters. I know it does. But when you're starting out prospecting, or you're trying to really grow rapidly through prospecting, start building relationships. The copy will come. The video will come. The picture will come. Start building relationships. Andrew, oh, really good stuff. Thanks. Man, you bet. It's so great to see you again this morning. So here's the thing about getting prospects from the water bottle to your clientele. I'm comfortable with this water bottle, right? This is a smart water bottle. It holds a lot of water. It fits well in my hand. This water bottle, if we're using this as the social media platform or email sequence or ad set or whatever you want to use for prospecting, this one's comfortable for me. I can handle this water bottle well, all right? If it was a different water bottle, like for instance, TikTok. I'm on TikTok frequently because I have a bunch of teenagers and it's super fun, but I don't do any prospecting on TikTok. I don't actually log in and do anything on TikTok, all right? I just enjoy the entertainment of it. TikTok's not my prospecting bottle. I'm not going to go learn it because it's going to be hard for me to learn. It's going to take away from me building relationships. It's going to start making me focus on the technology and focus on the tools and focus on the things that actually don't build relationships. All right. If you're using a webinar, if you're using LinkedIn, if you're using TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Clubhouse, whatever your thing is, use it because it's right for you. For instance, Clubhouse is super cool, right? But it's an audio only platform. If you don't like audio only, if you're not comfortable just sitting there talking for an hour on your phone on a microphone and it's just not comfortable for you, go somewhere else. If you're more of a copywriter, go to a place that you can write copy. LinkedIn, Facebook posts, things you can write long form copy. Work where you're comfortable. Bottom line is, reach out to the people that you want to talk to. Reach out to them. Invite them into your conversation. Hey, I saw that you're a dog trainer. I just am releasing nonstop content about dog trainers building their businesses, especially in this crazy time, over in my LinkedIn side of things. Would love to see you there. Anything I can answer for you, definitely into that. Here's my handle. Boom. You're inviting a real dog trainer to a real conversation and showing them that you're someone they can know, like, and trust. You're doing it in a very organic, authentic way. If you do the same platform, same process, same audience, same messaging, and you get good at that, focus on a platform that you're comfortable with, focus on a group that you're comfortable working with, focus on a message that you're comfortable delivering, and do that over and over. You'll get better at it. You won't have to overthink it, and it will build relationships that you can know, like, and trust. That is so, so important. Let me say it again. Find the platform you're most comfortable on. Find one, folks. Just find one. Find the one you're most comfortable with and build the relationships in the way you're comfortable building them. If you like to write, write. If you like produce video and then release it. If you like throwing stuff on YouTube and you want it to be all perfect, do that. If you like live video like I do that. If you don't like live video, don't do that. If you like audio, go to Clubhouse. Do what you love doing, the way you like communicating, the way that allows you to build the most authentic trust you can in one platform and reach out to one people group, one segment of the market. If you say, well, Chris, I'm not really sure which market segment I should go after right now. I mean, there's, good grief, so many, and my skill set could apply to like dozens of different markets. I get that, you know? Let's say you do SEO. Well, yeah, you can use your SEO skill with literally just about any business on the planet, and it's worth their time to engage with you. So pick a people group that you like working with. What kind of businesses do you like? What kind of people like hanging out with? The one caveat there is make sure that they're in a stage in their business that they can pay you. For instance, if you love working with creative businesses that are just always coming up with something new, startups do that really well. Startups are constantly creating something new, but startups typically can't pay very well. So you might want to go with creative businesses and make sure they have like 2 years of industry clout behind them. They've already been in business for 2 years, something like that. What's up, Don? Make sure that you're doing something and you're picking a group that's actually in a space that makes money, already can pay you something, right? Go find one market, use one platform, and get your relationship flow going right. Build the relationships, deliver some posts, invite them to real conversations in your Facebook group, on your Facebook page, in your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Clubhouse, wherever you are. And then as people reach out and say, oh my gosh, that's really great, or whatever, then reach back out to them and say, I'm so glad I can help. Hey, let's jump on a quick Zoom call and see if there's anything else I can help you with. Totally have time for that. Reach out and make that offer. It's just like going to a bar and meeting new people, right? You go out there, you hang out with people. The people that you constantly are attracting, or they're attracted to you, you're attracted to them, y'all are hanging out, talking, having fun, watching the same game, drinking the same stuff, eating the same stuff, playing the same games, whatever it is, you find that natural connection. And then one or two of them, you're like, I can hang out with this person more. So you invite them to go out Friday night. You just simply build relationships with your prospects like you do with real people, because they're real people. So where are you comfortable hanging out? Pick your social media platform or whatever platform you want to. Who are you going to reach out to find that? Make sure they're the people who can pay you. Clubbing in the clubhouse. That's right, Karina. I love that. and then get that message figured out and really just be simple. Okay. I would really recommend you don't go to multiple platforms until you have figured out the relationship structure. How are you getting people from the place you're hanging out in, the social media platform, email, sequence, whatever? How are you getting them from real life into your clientele with one platform, one type of person that you're bringing in? Figure that out on one platform, get the messaging right, because once you figure that out, you can take it to any platform you want, all right? When people jump in and they do like 3 platforms at once, I'm going to do Facebook, and I'm going to do a LinkedIn strategy, and I've got my Instagram strategy, and now I've got my Clubhouse strategy. Honestly, they're spending so much more time figuring out what works and what doesn't work on different platforms, they're getting distracted from the actual relationships. It's the relationships that work, by the way, not the platform. Just so you know, there's nothing better about Clubhouse or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or Twitter than any other platform. What's working and what will work is your relationships with the people. Let's see here. Hey, good morning, Karina. Noel, morning, howdy. Okay, Sean, good morning, crew. So much good info. Thanks, Chris. You bet, Sean. Awesome to see you, man. Okay, that's when I get overwhelmed, right, Karina? I've tried to be present in all things. I know it's impossible to be everywhere at once right now. There's so many great options, so many great platforms that bring great people to great conversations. Pick the one you like. Have a conversation and be real and authentic with that, and don't be burdened with the rest of it. Noel, yeah, Sean, yep. You guys are both Canadians. Welcome, Canada. Welcome, Alaska. Alaska's basically an extension of Canada or Russia, right? It's all the same. So, keeping it simple. Any questions, by the way, before I have to go? Find your place you want to hang out. Noel, I dropped Instagram last June, and I didn't change my business at all. I know, right? If y'all look at my Instagram account right now, the last post I made was probably somewhere last summer. Same, Noel. It just got to be overwhelming. It got to be to a place where I've got a team, folks. But here's the thing. Even if you have a team, there's only so much you can do. We run on 2 different platforms, all right? And that is all I can do to keep up with. We get so many more leads than we need not because I'm awesome and I'm great at communicating and I'm the coolest guy ever. None of that. Like, you got this too, folks. We're all in this together. I've just simply figured out, no matter what platform we're on, how to have an intelligent conversation in a meaningful way with the people that I want to reach. Any platform I use, it works. It totally works. We hang out completely on Facebook and we do podcast interviews, a few virtual summits. That's it. That's it. And I'm not a huge fan of Facebook, and here we are on Facebook Live. It's not my thing, right? I just not my thing. I'm not a huge social media guy. I'm an introvert. But when it comes down to prospecting, pick a platform and identify a people group you want to start working with and help them and educate them and invite them to real conversations. And if you find over the course of a few months that, hey, I've got a few people in the house now, they're just not the right people, they can't pay enough, whatever, then pivot. You've learned a lot in those conversations. Shift to the same market, but once you're a little farther down the journey so they can pay you more. Find the space, but you'll find it if you stay focused in one platform and one group. Ronald, what's up, dude? Ronald, I grew up. Oh, when I grew up, I wanted to be like, oh, thanks, Ronald. Ronald, you're awesome, dude. It's great to see you again, man. Hope you're well. Jesse, do you only work in your group when you're on Facebook? Oh, good question, Jesse. And then Noel, it's a business too, right? Yes, it is. Okay, Jesse, do you only work in your group when you're on Facebook? Yeah, Jesse, you're gonna think this is kind of interesting, but yeah, I literally don't go on Facebook ever, unless I'm going live in my group. That's it. That's it. Or I'm answering comments in the group or something like that. But this group is the only Facebook tab I have on my browser on my laptop, and it is the only Facebook thing I go to on my phone. You can set up your phone apps like the link directly to whatever you want to go to in Facebook. So yeah, this is it. I never scroll my feed. I never scroll someone else's feed unless I'm about to jump on a call with somebody. Like if somebody's going to jump on a call with me and they have, some questions they've listed out in the call, question that I can answer, and I want to, help them for 30 minutes, then I'll often click to their Facebook account, just see kind of how they're doing their marketing. If they have marketing questions, let's say, look on their Facebook page or click to their website or whatever. But other than that, yeah, I literally never go on Facebook. Yeah, using Facebook as a tool. Exactly, Noel. Exactly. Facebook for me is not a social engagement place for me personally. Again, I'm an introvert, guys. I am so not a social media person. It's really hard for me to take a picture. Here's what's hard for me. It's hard for me to be on a weekend and think I want to take a picture or a video and say something awesome about it and put emojis around it and post it on any platform. Like that feels overwhelming to me. It just feels burdensome and intrusive. That's just personality thing, right? I'm an introvert. So yeah, it doesn't help me. So I go to Facebook to work. It's my it's my hangout place. It's my community for work. It's where I go on work days. That's for me. Scrolling as is a waste of time. Yeah, I know. And really, yeah, for people who do get on social media a lot, again, that's personality driven. But for me, I'm lucky that I don't waste a lot of time on social media because, again, I'm pretty much an introvert and social media just hasn't attracted my personality the same way. Um, and when I do scroll like on Instagram or Facebook, when I used to do that more, I used to scroll on Twitter. Twitter's just not my thing at all. Twitter feels so businessy and political, right? LinkedIn feels all businessy and sometimes political to me. I'm a pretty casual guy, even though I run a business. I'm just not a corporate kind of guy, so I just don't like LinkedIn. But um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Instagram is one of those that is fun for me to scroll. Right? There's cool people that I like following doing cool stuff. But here's the thing: I don't like putting my own stuff out there. Again, introvert. I do like looking at other people's stuff, but then I end up feeling crappy about myself. It's hard for me to jump on some of those platforms and scroll and scroll and scroll and see what everybody else is doing and not want to do one of two things. Want to be them and think I'm not as good as them, right? With their car, their house, their hair, their body, their toys, their trips, their vacations, their kids, their dog, their food, whatever, right? Okay. I don't want to, I don't need help talking myself down, right? We're all pretty good at slamming ourselves. The other thing is, it tempts me to want to be like they are in marketing or business. And I've learned that is an enormous pit to fall in that's hard to get out of. Don't look at other people's worlds and try to be like them. All right. Funnel hacking as a concept, that is the major flaw with funnel hacking. Yes, the funnels work sometimes, and there's a pattern you can follow. This is not a ClickFunnels comment at all. It's just the theory of funnel hacking. All right. There are patterns you can follow that experts are doing that work or don't work. Okay. Learn from that. I'm trying to explain how my funnels work right now. It's relationships. But here's the thing: you're not that person. You're not reaching their market with the same voice and the same expertise and same background. Their funnel is tuned and working because it relates to a specific market in a way that's authentic to their market and to the host that's leading it. That's not going to work the same way for you. The machine, the structure, where the buttons are, what color the buttons are, is not the issue. It's the relationships you build. So get out there and be yourself. So when I'm on other people's social media platforms, it makes me want to be like them. I was going to jump on a call with somebody last week, and they had so I was looking at their Facebook profile like 2 minutes before the call, and they had a Tony Robbins thing on there, and I saw Tony Robbins on there, and I was like, man, that dude is so freaking awesome. I mean, he is. Whether you like that kind of speaker or not, Tony Robbins is legit. He's done it, and I was looking at his background, he's always wearing a hat. He's always wearing a certain kind of collared shirt. He's got his little microphone that comes around his face. He's real expressive. And I was analyzing that and thinking, how can I do this? And then I was like, what? Move on, Chris. Like, be yourself. Be yourself. I'm not Tony Robbins, right? Let him be him. I got to be me, and I got to connect people. You be yourself. There's so many people who want to connect to you because they're like you. Don't be Tony Robbins or whoever the person is you follow. Okay, let me get back up here. You guys are commenting. Sorry, I'm not keeping up. Okay, scrolling's a waste of time. Yeah, we talked about that. Thanks for these videos, Chris. You bet, Raymond. Awesome to see you. So you're kind of a extroverted introvert. Yeah. Charlene and you were just talking about that the other day. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Sometimes all of us are able to turn it on and off at different times. And I get excited about topics, and that's kind of what brings me out of my shell. But, for instance, if I like zipping over to Starbucks, this is so weird. I'll be super like shy about hanging out with, like, talking to the barista, ordering my coffee or tea or whatever. But if I skate over there, then somebody asks me about my skateboard, and I'm like super excited to talk about the total stranger talking about skateboard because, I don't know, talking to a stranger is kind of weird. But talking to a barista about coffee, that's why we're there. But somebody random asking about a skateboard, it's what I'm passionate about. So then it fires me up. Anyway, whatever. David, hey Chris, appreciate being able to share an online office space with you. Dude, oh, so awesome to see you, man. Hope you're well. Happy Monday. Let's see here. Noel. Oh yeah. Let's see, David again. Hi, Chris. I appreciate. Okay, Office Space. Yep. Well, interesting perspective. Scrolling is a great way to appreciate to perpetuate imposter syndrome, right, Karina? Oh my gosh, it's so easy for me to look at other people and think I need to be them, or I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm just acting like them and I'm not myself. Using social media as a tool has changed that for me. That's a mindset shift. Somebody said that a few minutes ago in the comments. Using social media as a tool. Yeah, I think that was Noel. I think that was you. Wasn't anyway, no, it wasn't. Anyway. Bottom line is not being on there for entertainment or for me trying to figure out if I want to be like somebody else has changed so much for me. Yeah, Noel, David said, okay, love it. Yeah, David. Okay, David, Noel, I liked how Chris put it. It's just where he comes to work. Yeah, so we all came to work together. Awesome. Yeah, I get you, David. Great co-working space. Exactly. So there you go. There you go, kids. Prospecting is moving people from one tank of water to the cup of water you want them in. If you can help them with this cup of water, get them there. The reason they get there is because you build a relationship and they come to your cup of water, all right? It's not because your funnel is blue or red. It's because the funnel, if you use a funnel, or if you're dipping them from social media accounts one at a time and putting them in there, or if you're cool enough where you're like on huge podcasts and people are just pouring into your cup because of some PR thing you're doing. However they're getting from here to here, it's because they trust you. Because something in the communication, the messaging, the way you've reached them, the way you build it, it's because they trust you. So don't lean on the funnel. Don't lean on other people's social media platforms or somebody's podcast or on a certain social media platform that you like. Lean on relationships. To figure that out, pick a platform you're most comfortable with and an audience that you really want to help, that you like hanging out with, that actually has some money, right? Not beginners, but like somebody who's been in business for a few years. All right. And then help them. Help them. Constantly offer help. And then go out there and invite them. Hey, I'm talking about this stuff that impacts you over here in my place that I'm working in. Come over there and hang out. Jump in my Facebook group. Jump on my LinkedIn profile. Jump on whatever your Instagram page, whatever your Instagram account, whatever it is that you do. Invite them there. Keep them the conversation. As they engage and leave messages, just reach out and say, hey, let's talk. I'd love to see if I can help you more. All right. Noel, let's see here. Yeah, it's not big not because your funnel is blue or red. It's because of relationships and trust. They like you. Absolutely, Noel. Let's leave it at that. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, guys. Y'all are awesome. Enjoy your Monday. The reason I brought this up today again is because Mondays, I think about prospecting, right? That's the thing we got to get up and go do. Simplify it. Take the overwhelm down a few notches. Pick a platform. Go find people. Build relationships. Invite them to jump on a call, right? Go find people. Pick a platform. Build relationships. Deliver really good content out there. Pick a platform to do all that on. One platform. Build relationships and invite them to jump on a call with you. After you build relationships, don't do it the first time you meet them. Invite them, build relationships, let them see your content, and then say, hey, I noticed you jumped in a couple days ago, and I noticed you're hanging out in our live, or you made a comment, or you mentioned me in a post, or you gave a thumbs up to that comment about this 3 days ago. Would love to jump on another call with you and see if you can get them on a Zoom call. And then find out what's really going on in their life, right? Find out what's really going on and how you can help. And if you can help, offer your help. It's relationships. You guys got this. See ya tomorrow. All right, bye, kids.